guys, this is one of my favourite makeup videos to do because it's like going through makeup history. While any makeup history related videos are my favourite. Quick disclaimer, don't want to use disclaimers as much, so I've been trying to keep this one like short and sweet and get to the point of what it's about. These palettes don't have a bad formula. Your favourite might be ugly to me, or what you think's ugly might not be ugly to me. We all have different opinions on what's ugly, what's not, what's good, what's bad. But that's okay to have different opinions. There are videos like this floating around. I believe this trend was started by 90s Love Child. We'll be doing a roundup of 2021 ugly palettes on my channel. So let's just get into it. So the first palette is the Too Faced Sweet Pea palette. I don't really find food themed makeup the most cute. I found this cute. I found it very samey to the chocolate bar palette. And also it's like if you got the chocolate bar palette, why would you buy this palette? Because you're getting like the same kinds of shades. So I'd just buy one or the other personally, but that's just my personal preference. This is the Jeffree Star Alien palette. This palette's ugly for a start. Also, it's massive. I'm not massively interested in aliens. It's quite a big palette. It's ugly. The colour story is quite dark. As much as I like a black and gold eye, I really cannot pull it off. It just doesn't suit me because my eyes are like brown. Next is the Glamour Light Pizza palette. First of all, food-themed makeup with this has gone far too far. The packaging's way too over the top by this point. It looks ugly. Though it is a good representation of a pizza, though the eyeshadows don't really stand out because the packaging's too over the top. Next is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Foil Eyeshadow palette. This palette looks so cheap, boring. Never expected them to produce something that looked as cheap and tacky. I know, sort of more targeted towards the makeup artist, probably, in the fact they aren't going to be bothered about the packaging and they're like going to just want something that's like sleek and see-through. You can see all the shades, like they're going to be more interested in the shades than the packaging. But it just looks cheap and tacky. The colours are good. Like, they're all arranged in quite a nice order, which I really do like. But it's like, it looks quite lazy. There are ways to make it sleek without being like lazy. This palette, I understand this is probably used for like Halloween makeup and all of that sort of thing, and like more face paint style makeup. But it just looks ugly. Like, there are better ways to present this palette than in a circle. I've seen other palettes like this look less ugly. Like, I think NYX did a couple of, pretty sure NYX did a couple of palettes that were like that were presented much better. Next is the Dolly Mix Palette, I think it's called. The concept is cute, but the shadow bit is ugly. They could have laid it out better. The colour story kind of makes no sense. It's kind of just a bit boring palette. Next is a Hindish Cosmetics. I've heard of them. I hadn't heard of them, so I am learning something new through these palettes and researching. They're just utterly boring packaging. It's like black with the name of the brand. You can't see more than that. They could have put a bit more effort into the packaging. The shadows are good, so I'm not going to slug off the brand completely, but that's really it. Next is a Huda Beauty Mercy Roy Graver eyeshadow palette. Huda Beauty, their packaging is usually amazing, whereas this one's so boring compared to all the others. Like, Huda literally produces fantastic makeup, but this one's just not the best. It's just so boring. It seems very unimaginative and lazy. Next is the Lorel Christmas palette. Doesn't scream Christmas. The shade names scream Christmas, but the shades are actually quite boring. Like Mrs. Claus. Probably needed to be like another reddy shade, but it's like this greeny olive colour. So it's so boring. It's like not a great Christmas palette. It's more just sort of, it could have been a bit smaller, to be honest. It's just not the best palette, personally. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.